Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss a very important update for NPS subscribers, especially those who are close to retirement or have already retired. PFRDA has introduced a new framework called Retirement Income Scheme or RIS under the National Pension System. The main purpose of this framework is to help retirees convert their accumulated NPS corpus into a structured income after retirement. Most people focus only on building the retirement corpus. But after retirement, the bigger question is not only how much corpus you have. The more important question is how you withdraw that corpus. If the withdrawal strategy is not planned properly, even a good retirement corpus can get disturbed. In this video, we will understand three important terms. First, SPR, which means systematic payout rate. Second, SUR, which means systematic unit redemption. And third, SLW, which means systematic lump sum withdrawal. One important point to remember here is that SPR and SUR are part of the new RIS framework. SLW is an existing NPS withdrawal facility. It is not part of RIS, but retirees will naturally compare it with SPR and SUR because all three deal with post-retirement withdrawals. So let us understand these options in a simple and practical manner. Retirement planning does not end when we build a corpus. That is only the first step. The real challenge begins after retirement when the retiree has to convert the corpus into regular income. During working years, salary comes every month. But after retirement, the salary stops. Expenses do not stop. Household expenses, medical expenses, family responsibilities, lifestyle needs, and emergency requirements continue. That is why a retiree needs three things from retirement money. First, regular income. Second, liquidity. Third, inflation protection.
Regular income is required because monthly expenses need to be met comfortably. Liquidity is required because retirement money should not get completely locked. Emergencies can come at any time. Inflation protection is equally important because the cost of living keeps rising. What looks sufficient today may not remain sufficient after 10 or 15 years. This is where withdrawal planning becomes very important. A poor withdrawal strategy can deplete the corpus too early. On the other hand, a very conservative withdrawal strategy may not give enough income to the retiree. The purpose of RIS is to bring some structure and discipline to the withdrawal phase. Now let us understand what RIS actually means. RIS stands for Retirement Income Scheme. It is a structured drawdown framework under NPS. In simple words, it helps a subscriber receive periodic payouts from the retirement corpus instead of withdrawing everything at one time. It is meant for the retirement phase, also called the decumulation phase. Accumulation means the period when you are investing and building your corpus. Decumulation means the period when you start withdrawing from the corpus after retirement. RIS is available for government and non-government NPS subscribers. Under RIS, payouts can continue up to the age of 85. The subscriber can choose the payout frequency as monthly, quarterly, or annually. The current variant mentioned is RIS Steady. An important point is that the mandatory annuity requirement under NPS continues to remain intact. RIS does not remove the annuity requirement. It applies to the lump sum portion of the corpus that is eligible for withdrawal. Another very important point is that these payouts are market linked. They are not guaranteed like a fixed pension. The default drawdown option under RIS is SPR or systematic payout rate. So RIS is not a guaranteed pension product. It is a structured market-linked withdrawal mechanism. Under the RIS framework, there are two drawdown options. The first is SPR, which means systematic payout rate. The second is SUR, which means systematic unit redemption. Let us understand SPR first. In SPR, the payout is calculated by applying an age-based payout rate to the current drawdown corpus. The payout amount is reset every year on the subscriber's birthday.
So, for 1 year, the retiree gets a structured payout based on the rate applicable for that age and the market value of the corpus. SPR is also the default option under RIS. This option is better suited for retirees who want a rule-based regular income and do not want to calculate withdrawals manually every month or every quarter. Now let us understand SUR. In SUR, a fixed number of units are redeemed periodically. Here, the number of units remains fixed, but the payout amount changes depending on the NAV at the time of redemption. If NAV goes up, the payout amount may be higher. If NAV falls, the payout amount may be lower. So SUR is more market-linked in experience. It may be suitable for retirees who understand market movement and are comfortable with variable income. One important clarification here. SLW is an existing NPS withdrawal facility, but it is not part of RIS. RIS has SPR and SUR. SLW is separate, but it is still relevant for comparison. Now let us look at the investment structure under RIS Steady. One of the most important features of RIS Steady is that the asset allocation changes with age. At age 60, the equity exposure is 35%, corporate debt is 10%, and government securities are 55%. By
age 65, equity reduces to 25%, corporate debt increases to 15%, and government securities rise to 60%. By age 70, equity comes down to 15%, corporate debt becomes 20%, and government securities increase to 65%. By age 75, equity reduces further to 10%, corporate debt remains at 20%, and government securities rise to 70%. At age 80 and above, equity stays at 10%, corporate debt is 15%,
and government securities increase to 75%. This structure is important because it follows a retirement glide path. In the early retirement years, some equity exposure is maintained to provide inflation protection and growth potential. But as age increases, the allocation gradually becomes more conservative. Equity comes down and government securities go up. This makes sense because as a retiree grows older, capital stability becomes more important. However, equity is not reduced to zero. A small equity exposure remains because retirees may live for 20 to 30 years after retirement. Over such a long period, some growth exposure is needed to fight inflation. So RIS Steady tries to balance growth and safety. Now let us understand how the SPR payout rate works. Under SPR, the annual payout is calculated using a simple formula. Annual payout is equal to payout rate multiplied by current drawdown corpus. The payout rate increases with age. For example, at age 60, the payout rate is 4%. At age 65, it becomes 5%. At age 70, it becomes 6.67%. At age 75, it becomes 10%. At age 80, it becomes 20%. And at age 84, it becomes 100%. Now let us understand this with an example. If a retiree has a drawdown corpus of Rs 80 lakh at age 60 and the payout rate is 4%, the annual payout will be approximately Rs 3.20 lakh. If the retiree chooses monthly payout, the monthly payout will be around Rs 26,667 for that year. But here is the important point. This payout is not fixed forever. It will be reset every year on the subscriber's birthday. The new payout will depend on two things.
First, the age-based payout rate applicable for that year. Second, the market value of the remaining drawdown corpus at that time. So if the market value goes up, the payout may improve. If the market value falls, the payout may reduce. That is why it is very important to understand that SPR gives structure, but it does not give a guaranteed fixed pension. It is market linked. Now let us compare SPR, SUR and SLW. This is the most practical part for retirees. In SPR, the payout is decided using an age-based rate on the corpus. In SUR, fixed units are redeemed periodically. In SLW, the subscriber can choose the withdrawal amount or units as per the existing SLW framework. Now let us compare the income experience. SPR gives a more stable income experience for 1 year because the payout is calculated and then reset annually. SUR gives a variable income experience because the rupee payout depends on NEV. SLW is more flexible and more hands-on because the subscriber has greater control over withdrawal timing and amount. Now who should consider which option? SPR may be suitable for retirees who want rule-based regular income. These are retirees who do not want to actively manage withdrawal decisions and prefer a more structured system. SUR may be suitable for retirees who are comfortable with market-linked income. These retirees understand that NEV will move up and down and the payout may also move accordingly. SLW may be suitable for financially aware retirees who can manage withdrawals efficiently. It gives more control, but it also requires more discipline and understanding. On maximum age, SPR and SUR under RIS can continue up to age 85. SLW is currently referenced up to age 75 under the existing framework. This is why we have marked SLW with a star. As of now, there is no separate PFRDA update clearly stating that SLW has also been extended up to age 85 like SPR and SUR. So till there is further clarity, SLW should be referred to as available up to age 75. Before we conclude, let us understand a few important notes. For government subscribers, withdrawal of 60% corpus under NPS is tax-free across the permitted withdrawal plans. However, there is one important area where more clarity is required. If the 60% tax-free corpus is not withdrawn immediately and remains invested, there is no clear tax clarity yet on the capital gains or appreciation arising after that point when the money is withdrawn over time under SPR, SUR or SLW. This is important because in all these structures, the corpus may continue to remain invested even after retirement. So retirees should not automatically assume that every future gain will also have the same tax treatment. They should wait for more regulatory or tax clarity or take professional advice. Second, SLW is currently referenced up to age 75. There is no separate PFRDA update yet extending SLW to age 85 like SPR and SUR.
Now let us look at the key takeaways. First, no single option is best for every retiree. Second, the right option depends on the retiree's cash flow requirement, risk comfort, financial awareness, and other income sources. Third, annuity still matters because it provides basic lifelong income. Fourth, RIS helps bring discipline to the withdrawal phase. A retiree should not look at these options only from the point of return. Retirement money is not aggressive growth money. Retirement money has to provide regular income, protect capital, maintain liquidity, and still fight inflation. For many retirees, the ideal approach may be a combination. Annuity can take care of basic lifelong income, RIS can provide structured market-linked payouts, and separate liquid assets can take care of emergency needs. The biggest message is simple. After retirement, withdrawal planning is as important as investment planning. A good corpus needs a good income strategy. Thank you.